Two software engineers. Same company, same team, same $135,000 salary. Jake leases a BMW X5 for $890 a month. His apartment has a 77-inch TV, a $3,500 standing desk he uses twice a week, and a closet stuffed with clothes that still have the tags on. He checks his bank account like it might bite him. Marcus drives a 6-year-old Honda Civic he owns outright. His apartment is clean, almost sparse. A decent couch, a TV that works fine, a closet where every hanger earns its spot. He checks his bank account the way you check the weather, casually, without dread. Same paycheck, same city, same job title. Marcus has $340,000 sitting in index funds. Jake has $4,200 in savings and a car payment that's going to outlive most marriages. This isn't a story about who earns more. It's about something almost nobody making six figures ever gets taught. The stuff you own is quietly taxing you every month, whether you notice or not. Today, I'll show you how that tax works and how to stop paying it.
My name's Joey, and on this channel, I want to teach you how to save, invest, use, and grow your money so you can have more freedom and retire earlier without depending on the government. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. Look, here's the reframe that changes how you look at every purchase for the rest of your life. Everything you buy costs you money twice. The first cost is obvious, the number on the receipt. But there's a second cost, and it's the one that quietly wrecks people earning $100K, $130K, $150K a year while they wonder where the money went. The second cost is storage, maintenance, mental bandwidth, and the big one, opportunity cost. That $3,500 standing desk Jake uses twice a week takes up 15 square feet in a city where space runs roughly $40 a square foot a year. That's $600 a year in rent just to store a desk he's bored of. His BMW isn't $890 a month. It's $890 plus insurance, plus tires, plus the detailing leased cars need at turn-in. And here's what nobody tells you. The $12,000 he spent upgrading his home gym last year, put into an S&P 500 index fund instead, at a historical average of around 10% a year, that's roughly $50,000 in 15 years.
Minimalists who actually build wealth, not the ones with empty white rooms for Instagram, understand this instinctively. They're not avoiding stuff because they hate nice things. They've done the math and decided most things aren't worth what they actually cost. Rule 1. Calculate cost per use before you buy anything. Estimate how many times you'll realistically use it, then divide the price by that number. That's the only honest measure of value you're going to get, and it destroys most impulse purchases on contact. A $200 jacket worn twice costs $100 a wear. A $450 jacket worn 300 times costs $1.50 a wear. The expensive jacket is actually the cheaper one, by a lot. A $300 air fryer used twice a year costs $150 per use in year 1. That's an insane price for reheated chicken. Run it the other direction and it flips. A $2,000 mattress you sleep on nightly for 10 years costs about 55 cents a use for something touching your sleep and energy every day. A $600 espresso machine used daily for 4 years costs about 40 cents a use, cheaper than the $6 latte habit it replaces. Cost per use cuts straight through marketing and emotion and tells you what's actually worth it. Rule 2, run the replacement test on everything you already own. Walk through your apartment. Ask yourself, honestly, if this disappeared today, would I go buy it again? That bread maker, those shoes you haven't worn in a year, the gym equipment doubling as a coat rack? For most stuff, the honest answer is no. It's in your life through inertia, not intention. An impulse buy, a guilt gift, a leftover from a hobby you outgrew. Every item that fails this test has negative value. It's costing you closet space, cleaning time, and a sliver of mental bandwidth daily with nothing coming back. Now, you might be thinking, it's just stuff sitting in a closet. How much can that matter? It's never really about the item. It's about what owning things you don't want does to your head. Sell what has value, donate the rest. People who do this consistently report the same thing. Rooms feel bigger, decisions feel simpler, and they stop losing 20 minutes a day digging through stuff they never use. Rule 3. Never upgrade something that still works.
This one quietly drains high earners the fastest. Their phone works perfectly, but the new one has a better camera. Their car runs fine, but the new model has nicer trim. These upgrades feel like progress. They're actually wealth destruction wearing a nice outfit. The average American upgrades their phone every 2 to 3 years, often while the old one still works. Do that for 30 years, and you've spent $25,000 to $40,000 on phones alone. Here's the part that should sting. That same money in a Roth IRA at a conservative 7% average return becomes closer to $150,000 by retirement. You didn't just buy phones, you bought them instead of 6 figures of retirement money. Minimalists who build real wealth define functional clearly. An item stays until it genuinely stops doing its job. Boredom isn't failure. A newer model existing isn't failure. Actual breakdown is failure. Everything else is marketing, convincing you to solve a problem you don't have. Rule 4. Engineer friction for spending and ease for investing. Human behavior follows the path of least resistance. If spending is one click and investing takes effort, you'll spend. If investing is automatic and spending takes effort, you'll invest. So flip it on purpose.
Spending friction. Delete the saved credit card from your favorite shopping sites. Unsubscribe from promotional emails. Give yourself a 24-hour rule before any non-essential purchase over $100. Investing ease? Automate your 401k up to the full employer match. That's free money otherwise left on the table. And set your Roth IRA to pull automatically the day after payday before you ever see the number in checking. This matters more than willpower because willpower runs out. On a long day, if the shopping app is right there with your card saved, you're gonna spend. Delete the app and lock the card away, and you literally can't make that mistake in the moment. Minimalists who build wealth don't trust themselves to make the right call every time. They build a system where the right call is the only easy one. Rule 5. Rent or borrow before you buy into a new hobby. Most stuff gets used hard for a few weeks and then joins the pile of things owned but barely touched. So test the interest first. Thinking about camping? Rent gear for your first trip or two. Curious about golf? Borrow a set before you drop $900 on clubs. Want a kayak? Rent one a few times before you buy.
This tells you honestly whether the interest is real or a passing itch. A lot of interests turn out to be the second one, and it teaches you exactly what you need, so when you do buy, you buy right instead of overbuying. Garages across America are full of ski gear from the season someone swore they'd ski every weekend. Test it before you own it. Rule 6. Understand the lifestyle multiplier effect. Every big purchase drags smaller purchases behind it. That's why a $5,000 decision quietly becomes an $8,000 one. Jake's leased BMW isn't just $890 a month. It's premium insurance, the parking fee his old Civic never needed, tires that cost twice as much, and the detailing leased cars need to look showroom ready. A home gym needs flooring, mirrors, and a dehumidifier. A boat needs a trailer, a hitch-equipped vehicle, a marina slip, and winterizing every year. Industry estimates put annual boat maintenance around 10% of the purchase price, whether it ever leaves the driveway or not. Before any major purchase, run the full ecosystem cost, not just the sticker price. And it works in reverse too. Sell the boat, and you don't just get the sale price back. You eliminate the slip fee, the insurance, and the tow vehicle you only kept for towing it. The savings run deeper than the item itself.
Rule 7. Measure your wealth by optionality, not by what you own. This is the one I want you to remember after this video ends. Most people measure wealth by what they can show. The car, the apartment, the watch. Real wealth isn't what you can show. It's what you can choose. Can you leave a job that's grinding you down without panicking about rent? Can you take 3 months off for a family emergency? Can you say no to a promotion that costs you your weekends? That's optionality. And it only exists for people who've built a gap between what they earn and what they spend. Someone earning $200,000 but spending $195,000 has almost no options, chained to that exact paycheck. Someone earning $85,000 but spending $50,000 has real freedom because their math doesn't require that specific job to survive. This is the whole idea behind the crossover point. The moment your investments generate more than your living expenses cost. Every dollar tied up in a car you don't need is a dollar not building toward that moment. And I'll be blunt, the biggest fear on this channel isn't ending up poor. It's working 40 years, hitting the finish line, and not having the years left to enjoy what you built. Optionality protects you from that. Stuff never does.
Let's make this practical, because rules without action are just content you watched once and forgot. This week, walk through your place with a replacement test in mind. Find 10 things you wouldn't buy again if they vanish tonight. Sell, donate, or toss them. Notice how it feels. Most people report relief, not loss. This month, run the 24-hour rule on every non-essential purchase. Track how many must-haves survive the wait versus how many quietly disappear. This quarter, define enough in writing. What car is genuinely enough? What apartment is genuinely enough? What wardrobe covers what you actually need? Write the numbers down and redirect the gap, what you're spending minus what's actually enough, straight into your 401k match, your Roth IRA, or a low-cost index fund. That redirected...
Remember Jake and Marcus? Same salary, same starting line. Run the tape forward 10 more years, and Jake's still leasing a newer BMW every 3 years, still checking his account with a knot in his stomach, still one bad month away from real trouble. Marcus crosses the point where his investments cover his living expenses years before most of his coworkers even start looking. Same income the entire time. The only difference was what each of them decided their stuff was actually worth. You don't need to earn more to feel this kind of calm. You need to stop paying the second cost on things you never really wanted in the first place. If this reframed the way you think about the stuff sitting in your apartment right now, hit subscribe. I put out videos like this every week, mixing real math with the behavior side nobody else on this platform talks about honestly. And if you want to see exactly how that gap between spending and enough turns into real retirement math, go watch my video on the crossover point next. I break down the exact numbers there. Like this video if it hit home, and I'll see you in the next one.